It can't define you. Hello, everybody. It's Tom here from the Company Code. I hope you're well. Today, I want to talk about the very stigmatized idea about mental health and about how we sometimes, very wrongly, will label another person or possibly even ourselves based on our illness, based on our mental condition. We don't see someone as a person, we're seeing somebody for the potential illness they have. And this is not a good thing. It's a stigma and it is wrong, and it's something we need to get away from. It's 2024 and we are still adopting a very narrow minded and wrong view of anybody that's struggling with their mental health. The reason I've brought up this subject today is very simply one of the guys at my workplace has been off work now for nearly a year with really, really severe depression, anxiety. He's had suicidal thoughts. He's tried to kill himself. He's been struggling in other areas of his life. And he's basically had to take that time away. And there was a suggestion that perhaps when he felt well enough to come back to work, that he wouldn't be working in my department anymore. He has since changed his mind. He's back. And for him, it's a big transition. It's obviously from going from not working and struggling with his health really badly to then being in a place where he feels well enough to come back to work. My company's done all they can to make it as smooth a transition for him as possible. And the other day when he came back to work, I didn't make a big fuss. I wasn't like hugging him or anything. But I deliberately was more humane in the way I reacted than perhaps some would be. There was no robotic sort of forced reaction. And I think that's the best way. So, at the end of the day, if somebody's struggling with their health, their mental health, they've been away from work for a long time, the last thing they want is judgment, and they certainly don't want to be stigmatized. So I thought the best thing I could do was to just treat him as I would normally, hello, how are you? And then I made the point of saying it's good to see you. And I put my hand on his shoulder and went like that. And I thought that was a human touch that was only very small, but is something that's needed. It is imperative that we stop seeing people for an illness and we stop judging people by perhaps what is not going right with them. And we start seeing them as another human being, another person that just so happens to be not in a good place. Okay? We can't define a person based on their mental health because simply it is a spectrum. There'll be days when some of us are on top of the world, happy as Larry. Then there'll be other times when we're sad, withdrawn, fed up, depressed, and in worst cases, clinically ill to the point where we don't want to be alive anymore. And I think it's really important that we recognise that we must do more for those who are struggling with their mental health and stop stigmatising them. A person is not their illness, it is a part of their life, but they are a person. Treat them like a person. Because anyone who's ever struggled, the worst thing is to be judged unfairly by someone who's not going through it. It makes you even feel even worse. Short message, but a very pertinent one, I think. And I know that my colleague who's back to work now is going to be slowly ease back into work, and he will be fine in time. Now, once he gets into a routine and some regularity, I have no doubt he'll be A-okay. And of course, my company will support him 100% of the way, as they have to, because of the duty of care. and that's how it should be. This is my first of 3 videos this week. I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening. Really appreciate your time and energy spent here on my channel. Thank you kindly. First of 3. Put down in the comment section below if you ever experienced this sort of stigmatised behaviour towards maybe yourself or somebody else. We really must not label somebody and base upon the way that we perceive them as to being more than what the illness being more than what it is, if that makes sense. We don't just say, oh, there's crazy so and so. It can't be like that. We have to stop with this. It's only going to make that person feel worse and resentful, and it's not good. Please, if you would, remember to hit that subscribe button down below, and if you would consider as well, I'd be grateful to give me a thumbs up and a like, and let's hear that bell sign go when you know when my next content's out. I will be back in a couple of days with another video, but as always, thank you all ever so much for listening. Please take care of yourselves. Bye for now.